I'm sick of all these fake-ass people with their 20,000 friends. All they care about is how many likes they get. I bet if you were dying on the street, they wouldn't give you a second look. I suppose neither would I, but at least I'm honest about it. I can't look at another, "I'm sorry you're going through this," or "I'm there for you, hun." Here's the truth. No one gives a shit. They just want to act like they're so perfect, living in their perfect little world. Besides, look at all the stupid problems people post looking for pity. Heartbroken, I lost a close member of my family today. And when I find out it's a cat. Cat. I lost both my parents when I was 12. And the only real friend I have is my 71-year-old neighbor, and he's on the way out. But you don't see me complaining about it. They don't deserve to get away with it, and I will make sure they don't. They call people like me trolls. That's not how I see it. I feel like I'm a knight defending the world from all the pretentious assholes. I spend all my time trying to find my next victim, and when I do, that's when the fun starts. They never know what's coming, and once I sink my teeth in, there's no getting away from me. It's not long until the tears start and they try blocking me, but I always find a way. You would be surprised how easy it is to hack someone. Their password is usually something like Gary2000, or their kids' names, which is all over their social media. Even if you don't know anything about computers or hacking, there are all kinds of programs you can buy that will do it for you. That is, if you know where to look. Even I, a seasoned hacker, will take a shortcut now and then and maybe download a virus or two, if it makes my job easier. And all I have to do is send it to them, by whatever means I want. Over the years, I have gone through a lot of viruses. The problem is that it only takes a matter of time before their antivirus catches on and you need to upgrade. I must have searched the entire dark web looking for the perfect virus that could punish my enemies without getting picked up, but failed. Then one day, by the pure luck, it came to me. An acquaintance of mine, who I sometimes team up with for bigger jobs, sent me a video. At first, I thought it was a joke. It was like an 80s commercial with a girl sitting in front of a computer looking really down and out. Then a man with a really upbeat voice speaks. "Do you feel like the world is unfair and some people can get away with anything?" Which she nods her head. "Do you feel it's time they finally get some justice?" Again she nods. "Well, you're in luck. For $19.99 a month, we can make sure everyone gets exactly what they deserve." This time the girl jumps up and down with excitement and a phone number started flashing up on the screen. I got straight on to my friend. We'll call him Jerry. I was sure he was trying to prank me, which thinking back was stupid considering he had a sense of humor of that of a brick. He promised me it worked perfectly and sent me links to his victims' social media. All their lives were going downhill. Cheating wives were getting caught and shamed. Some had their money mysteriously disappearing from their banks. Even the fake-ass people were getting punished. Every two-faced message they sent was posted for the world to see. So satisfying. Temptation soon got the better of me and I made the call. All they asked for is a credit card number and an email address. 48 hours later, I got an email with nothing inside, apart from a file marked download. I hesitated for a moment and thought this is exactly how I used to scam people myself, but I downloaded it anyways. I don't know why I did this, but I couldn't help myself. I think I just got overexcited and wanted to see how it works. I opened the folder, expected something big like my whole computer to shut down or crash, but nothing was inside, only a smiley face emoji that turned sad. Really disappointed and angry, I rang Jerry and lost the plot with him and swore never to talk to him again. Then I deleted the folder, canceled my credit card, and then went back to work, feeling like an idiot for falling for a scam like this. The next day, as I was helping this girl, I think her name was Amy, to see the light, she had been getting bullied at work for years. It was clearly her own fault. She was too quiet, and thought being nice was the only way to fix her problems. There's no place for niceness in this world. Anyway, I was doing my thing when suddenly a message popped up on the bottom right corner of my screen, which was surprising since I had a state-of-the-art system not even the CIA could crack. I was sent from one of the first accounts I had when I started helping people. That account had been locked for years. I don't know how they did it. It said, "Let's begin," with an infinity symbol beside it. And before I got a chance to reply, another message came in. "Are you really happy with your life? Do you think your parents would be proud of you?" As fast as I could, I sent, "Who are you? And how are you doing this?" Then ran every kind of scan I could find to stop them. All of a sudden, a video chat popped up from an anonymous sender. When I answered, my jaw dropped. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Then he spoke. "I'm you." I panicked and pulled the plug from the wall. I don't know how they did that. It looked so real. He looked and sounded exactly like me. It must have taken 40 minutes before I got the courage to switch it back on. When I did, I was flooded with horrible messages. I ran all the scans again, but they all came back clear. There was nothing I could do to stop them. They seemed to know everything about me, even my deepest, darkest secrets. I thought no one else knew. I tried to ignore them, but after a while they got inside my head, and I could not handle it anymore. So I destroyed all my very expensive equipment in a fit of rage. After, I thought, at least I'll have peace now. The next day I bought a whole new system even better than the last one. I was sure there was no way they could get to me this time. After many hours of installing and updating my equipment, I was finally ready to get back to work. I started with this guy I had been picking on for quite some time. He was such an easy target. I'd bet he cried himself to sleep every night. To start, I just sent a crying emoji. I knew that's all it would take to set him off. Instantly, he replied with a video of me sitting in front of my laptop crying. I don't know where he got it, or if it was even real. I had no choice but to move on to my next victim, this time a woman who just loved posting images of her ugly dog Rex. People are too sensitive about their pets. They can't even take a joke. I sent a slightly edited photo of her pooch and said he looked like Jabba the Hutt, which she replied with a similar image of me after a particularly long week of eating nothing but snack food. And she said, "You can talk, lol." The worst thing was, it actually got to me, so I called it a day and went to bed. The next morning, I was awakened by a message alert on my phone. I had a link to a website, and there was a photo of me with my name and address, email, even my phone number with every username I had ever used. As soon as I turned on my PC, I realized the link was sent out to everyone I had ever helped. There was only one name on that list I really cared about: Jax. It was a few years back. He was boasting about how much he had turned his life around after coming out of prison, which I took offense to. People don't just change. So I went on a mission to prove that. I will admit, it did take a while and I had to go to extreme lengths to get there, but eventually he cracked. After I sent some damaging messages from his wife's account about his best friend, let's just say he did not take it well and ended up back inside. I was not sure if he was out of prison yet, so I'd done a quick search. Luckily, he was not out yet. Things got a lot worse after that. I couldn't go online without getting picked on. I had people waiting outside my building to throw things at me. One guy threw paint and ruined all my clothes. Then things got dangerous and people called to my flat with baseball bats. I could see them through the peephole. I thought they were going to kill me, but they eventually went away. I had no choice but to go to the cops. Not a good idea. They arrested me straight away for a large number of cybercrimes. Someone had sent all my records from my computers, and I was going away for a long time. I was supposed to be in my own cell since I had so many enemies, but apparently there was a computer error, and I was put in with another prisoner. Nothing could have prepared me for this. My cellmate was actually Jax, aka Pickaxe. I thought he was going to kill me there and then, but he was actually nice to me. After a while, we became friends. He was trying to turn his life around again. He really believed in forgiveness now, but there was no way I was going to tell him what I did. He tried to help me and got me an online course. He said it would help with my trial. So, every Tuesday at 10 o'clock, we would go to the library. Jax always sits just across from me. I'd help him with any technical problems, and he would help me with the course. He was probably the first real friend I ever had. Which was nice. Despite being in prison, I was actually beginning to feel happy for the first time. But that all changed today when I sat down and turned on the computer. A message popped up on the screen. I had a quick look around. Luckily, the guards didn't see it. It said, "Your subscription is about to run out. If you want to continue, please enter a credit card." Underneath the timer was counting down from 2 minutes. In the background, I saw the mouse open up emails, then click on a video. To my horror, it showed me sending the messages that pushed him to do what he did. The worst thing, I was smiling the whole time. I was freaking out, but what could I do? When the timer ended, I heard a little ding coming from Jack's computer. Soon his face began to change, and he looked up at me with genuine pain in his eyes that soon turned to anger. I pretended not to notice and just kept staring at the screen. Then another message popped up on my screen. "Thank you for using our product. This was brought to you by CarMap, bringing justice to the world since, well, forever." I guess this is goodbye. The guard is ordering us back to our cells.